Good morning, home buyers. I'm Joseph Colgan, broker associate with Coldwell Banker. And to get started today, I've got a question for you. And that's when you arrive at a home that's for sale, that's just been put on the market, what is the first thing that you consider? Do you check out the local schools? Do you go straight to the kitchen and make sure it's more updated than this? Do you care about the bedrooms and the arrangement? You have to have that big, comfortable, and very private backyard. Well, for me, I consider the sweet spot. The sweet spot is that place which is going to show me how well a home is aging. Well, let's compare shopping for homes with shopping for used cars. When you're shopping for a used car, generally in the weekend, you'll see somewhere between 6 and a dozen vehicles, and the age range will usually be between 3 years old and 10 years old. By lunchtime, you'll come to realize that the conditions of the car can vary greatly depending upon the maintenance the previous owner did. When we're out shopping at properties, the age range is usually between 10 years old and 75 years old. But once again, there can be a great disparity in the condition of the property, usually due to the maintenance of the previous owner. There are 3 factors that age a property. Those are moisture, sunlight, and termites. When I arrive at a property for sale, I look for the spot where those 3 items are going to give me indications of deferred maintenance. Moisture or rainfall is extremely important, especially in the Silicon Valley, because a majority of the properties are built with the foundations on soil which is very high in clay content. This means that when we get our rain and we get the majority of it in 4 months, soil is going to get very heavy and it's going to expand. Then, during the other 8 months, the soil is going to dry out and it's going to contract. It might get brittle. It might get brittle. It might develop. Moisture or rainfall is very important to consider for Silicon Valley properties because the majority of the homes are built with the foundations in soil which is very high in clay content. This means that when we get our rain and we get most of it in just 4 months, the soil is going to get very heavy and it's going to expand. Then during the other 8 months, the soil is going to dry out and it's going to contract. All this pushing and pulling on the property over 5, 10, 70 years has the potential to put a lot of wear on the home. Sunlight, or too much of it, can also wear out a home by drying out, warping, cracking, or splinting the wood, especially the wood around the roof eaves. Termites are too small to see with the naked eye, but give them 7 years and they're able to reproduce enough to begin to wear away at the foundation of your home. As I approach a property, or think about what a home looks like as you approach it from the street. Most of the properties are rather rectangular, at least from the view from the street, with a garage either on one side or the other. Keep in mind that the weight of the garage on the soil is going to be a lot different than the weight of the house's foundation in the soil. When I approach a home that's for sale, I go to the backyard, I go to the exterior walls behind the rooms that are behind the garage. I look down and I check that spot to see if there's any shifting or cracking or issues with the foundation. After I've looked down, I look up. I check out the roof, especially the roof eaves. I see if there's any splintering or warping. I look at the gutters and I make sure they're still hanging evenly and they're functioning well. I continue walking all the way around the property. Then I go inside, walk through the property again, just first looking for deferred maintenance. Then I go to the kitchen and I look and see, does it have a hot gas grill that you're looking for? Are the bedrooms perfect for what you need? Is the backyard green and private? Is there a beautiful skylight that gives you perfect reading in the living room? What are the features that are going to give your family years of enjoyment? But remember, regardless of what we do or do not see when we're walking around the property, always completely read thoroughly the structural pest control report and the property inspection. And remember that the answer to every real estate question is go ask the expert in that field. If you've got a question about the schools, go to the school district. If you have a question about your loan, approach your lender. If you want to know if there's more programs available, talk to another licensed lender. If you've got a question about the roof, call the gentleman that did the roof inspection. If you've still got questions, hire another inspector to come to the property and have him take a look at the property for you. By taking these steps, and now remember, no property is going to be completely happy. What we're looking for is a property that's going to give your family enjoyment and security for years to come. By taking these steps that we talked about, we will find the right home for you. When you're ready to start looking for a home, give me a call at 408-898-0186. Joseph Colgan, Coldwell Banker.